Hello everyone, this is Nasser again. I'm gonna give you a small tutorials about mobile automation testing. This document is done by my colleague Anas el Momani, many thanks to him, and I edited some of it. It's like a mutual effort. So today we're gonna start with introduction. In today's tutorial we're gonna talk about the definition of mobile testing, what it do, how it works, challenges and benefits, and technologies and tools are used, and we're gonna show you some references that we used. The definition of mobile automation testing. Before we jump into mobile testing, it's advisable to understand the basics of mobile platforms. It mainly includes the operating system of the mobile, type of the device, and type of the mobile app. Having a sufficient knowledge about each of these will help us conduct robust test planning in long run. So, the definition of mobile automation testing. Mobile application testing is a process by which an application software developed or handled mobile devices is tested for its functionality, usability, and consistency. And when we automate, it's the process whereby one automates testing of an application. In this case, a mobile application actually, which can be a website or an app. This can be done by using tools and help us in reducing the testing time recycle. So, what mobile automation do? When we say mobile automation testing, we mean that a machine does what the human used to do on mobile machine with all type of UX scenarios and all type of data. And it's gonna be quicker, less errors 24/7, and using that report to analyze the areas, parts, the component, the modules, or even to the higher management to make more precise decision about the product. They own the product, so they're gonna decide what they're gonna do with it. Or about the environment product they involved with, like buying more storage or increase security levels, who know, or work on the same slow queries. And actually that depends on them. So how it works? Well, the Appium client, let's say C Sharp or Java, gonna connects with Appium server and communicate via JSON wire protocol. Then the Appium server creates an automation session for the client and also checks the desired capabilities of the client and connects with respective vendor provider frameworks like Cylindroid or UI Automator, and that's actually based on the Android version. Then the vendor provided framework will communicate with the bootstrap.jar, it's a jar file, which is running an emulator or real device for performing client operations. Then the bootstrap jar act like the TCP server to perform action on our AUT, which means the application under test. That's actually on Android. So let's get into the iOS version. In iOS, Appium works like the following. First, the Appium client, let's say Java or Python, connects with the Appium server and communicates via JSON wire protocol. Then, actually, the most of the steps similar to the Android, but the difference here is the UI automation. It depends on the iOS version. If it's gonna use it from the Xcode or we're gonna update it, that depends on our desire. The Appium server will create an automation session for the client and also check the desired capability. Then the UI automation will communicate with the bootstrap jar. Then the bootstrap jar will perform an action for our AUT. The same with Android. So let's get now to the technologies and tools are used for this. The software tool might be of free open source, such as Selenium, Frank, or Appium, or Manitalk, and there's much more. Or it could be paid, such as CTest, Perfecto Mobile, or Device Anywhere. But since we are using Selenium and Appium, we're gonna need a framework to support us. So there's a bunch of false framework that we're gonna use. There's NUnit, JUnit, TestNG, and much more. But we're gonna use and stick with the JUnit. For sure, when we choose JUnit, we have to choose a programming language. So we are gonna use Java, but we can use Python or Ruby. And actually that depends on our needs and our project. We can decide the language we need once we see the situation and we do our estimation. Let's get now into the mobile testing challenges and benefits. Let's start by multimedia mobile devices. It's a big challenge. Over 500 million Android devices shipped since Android 1.0 and about 2200 million iOS devices have been shipped since 2007. These are huge numbers actually for mobile devices, and will make the quality team cannot guarantee that if the tested application will work or in the given device. Well, it might will work on 100% on another device, even if the form the same product family, because the screen resolution, the CPU, memory, OS optimization, and much more hardware could be different. So this is a very big challenge for us. Then the device fragmentation and various of OS platforms. Perhaps this is the most difficult aspects of the mobile testing matrix. Is the device is the device Well, perhaps the most difficult aspects of the mobile testing matrix is device fragmentation. Though the iOS device matrix is growing more than ever, fragmentation is especially an issue for the Android operating system. We can take this image for example. There's a lot of fragmentation for devices, and each device is totally different than the other. So this is a very big challenge for us. And this is gonna be tough here. The device and operating system platform. Well, each operating system has its own limitations. Testing a single application across multiple devices when running the same platform, and every platform poses a unique and different operating system. Well, this is gonna be a very huge challenge for us. And there's much more like performing security and network diversity and continuous testing. Well, about performance and security, well, there's a lot of personal data being stored and shared across the apps and devices. It has become imperative that performance and security testing of app in cloud is going to give us a very serious consideration, and all the possible tests conducted to ensure that the data is privacy. The network diversity. They're gonna ask us, how does the app operate on offline? Is the memory being impacted in an unexpected way, or with the impact of different Wi-Fi speeds, low signal strength, 3G or 4G? How the network is handling that? So this is gonna be in consideration. In the continuous testing as a part of continuous integration. The mobile device, or let's say the mobile operating system. They're gonna continue to add a new features and functions and abilities. These applications need to be constantly redefine themselves so they can include them in the next versions and the next test. So let's get to the benefits. That's a lot of challenges actually. The first benefit I'm gonna talk about here is important actually for everyone. It's the reduced cost. Well, as you know, cost come in an important aspect when it comes to business. Well, manual testing takes a lot of hands, and automation remove the need of this. So, it's additional it can give us the leverage for automation to regression test existing systems while resources are working manually on a new projects, and testing mean you can cover more than the fewer people they did. And the important addition for this, the tool is free. And actually here I'm talking about Appium. Let's see another benefit. It's about Appium is being a cross-platform. What that mean? You can write the software automation test against iOS, Android, multiple platforms using the same API. And a cross-platform can enable a large amount of code reuse between the iOS and the Android test suites. More of that, the more testing mean better monitoring. A simple mobile test automation strategy includes the standard mobile testing done on the app every day. When you have the capacity to test something every day, you can produce a whole slew of metrics not available with manual testing actually. When you can see what periods of the day your app needs to perform better, and even determine if days in the week impact the functionality of your apps. This is gonna give us a very great solution when we are stuck in corner and there is a lot of bugs we're not able to resolve. This is gonna be very helpful for us. The last benefit we're gonna talk about here is deploy your app to market sooner. Well, with mobile test automation, you can deploy your app to market without sacrificing to a reduction in diligence in your mobile application testing. Your test gonna be faster and you will get the job done sooner. And this will expand your test coverage to cover a lot more in the same amount of time. I hope you can find this helpful for you. I'm gonna refer some reference that we used and Anas used for this tutorial, and thanks you for watching.